Today we are here in historic downtown Charleston. At this house we are considering buying to flip. They're asking $515,000, and after renovations, we could be looking at a potential profit of close to 6 figures. What would you do? Would you go for it? Well, we'll walk you through the house and you can decide for yourself. Let's take a look inside. So right now we're standing in this flip. We're debating if it's something that we want to take on. There are a lot of variables in these numbers that really is quite a bit different than our typical flips because it is downtown and there are historical things that we need to keep up with, like the right windows, the right siding, and there's an additional review board. So this project timeline could get extended and the budget could be expanded even more. So we're really trying to figure out if it's going to make sense for us. So follow along. We'll talk through the pros and the cons of this specific flip, and I'd love to know if you think this is a flip that you would take on. But before we get into all the nitty-gritty of the project details, let me give you a little background about historic downtown Charleston. In downtown Charleston, there's a board of architectural review who oversees keeping the charm that everybody loves in Charleston. Now, this is great when you're visiting and you're walking and you're seeing all the different homes and it's beautiful, but it can be cumbersome for somebody who's looking to flip a home. The reason being is not only do we need to get this project permitted, but every alteration that we make, especially on the exterior, needs to go through the Architectural Board of Review downtown. They only meet once a month as far as I'm aware, and that can really tag on a lot to the timeline of your project. The good thing about this project specifically is the windows and the siding have already been approved by this Board of Architectural Review. But one thing that could hang us up is I believe the windows are supposed to be wood, and the windows on site that we were accounting for having the material that are already included in the project, they're not wood. They are some type of vinyl material, and the concern right now would be that we find out we have to replace all of them with wood. So it's a little bit trickier, but it's why we all love downtown Charleston, right? So one of the things I'm most excited about in this home is when people are looking for historic downtown, they even know we're gonna renovate the whole house. You can see it's completely down to the studs. We have got to find a way to keep some of that charm. This fireplace right behind me does that. And I'm super excited that that is still here and that wasn't demoed, because buyers are looking for key features that still show the history of the home, even though everything else is brand new. So I'm super, super excited about this. So another important thing is making sure the layout and the floor plan make sense and are functional for people. So down here, you can see there's gonna be a nice place for a kitchen, you can see a living room, you can see a dining room. Everything has a place and it makes sense. We really don't have to do too much here. Probably gonna throw a bathroom in this back corner, but my real struggle right now is upstairs because we have to get 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms up there, and I'm a little concerned that they might be too small. So let's go figure that out right now. All right, so we're here in the upstairs and I'm trying to figure out at least 2 different layout ideas that we could potentially work with on this project, because we're not here with an architect and I need to figure out if this is actually gonna work. So if I can figure out 2 ways that this could potentially work, then I feel good about the fact that we could get 3 bedrooms and 2 baths up here. All right, so let's look at what we have going on right now. This room that I'm standing in also has a room directly next to it. It's small, but downtown, people are expecting the bedrooms are gonna be a little bit smaller. So this could give us the master suite. And then right behind me in this area back here, just from taking a look at it, I feel confident that we could get 2 bedrooms and a bath back there. But I have another scenario that I think may even work better. So come with me and let me show you. So here's the second option that I'm thinking. If the 2 bedrooms are gonna be back here, we might be able to get a master suite, bedroom, and bathroom out of there. And it is really helpful to keep plumbing next to each other. If you notice, they do that in a lot of homes. So ideally, I'd love to take up some headspace right here for the stairs, but I don't know if we can do it by code. So I'm just gonna pretend like we can't and see if there's another option. So I feel good that at least we're gonna be able to get what we need out of this space just by looking at the way that it is right now. And then once we get an architect in, that may expand even more. So we'll check that off the box and say problem solved with that. Now, some other really big variables about this project is the timeline. So the timeline can range anywhere from 6 months to a year to get the project renovated and sold. So we need to make sure that our contractors are working as quickly as possible, so that way this can hit the market as fast as possible. And the way that it's looking right now is we're actually gonna be going to market right as soon as it hits low season, which is Christmas month, which I don't actually love because that hurts our bottom line. The way we have it underwritten right now is if we can hit where our contractor said would probably be our worst case scenario budget, hit our ARV that we're planning on, and also get this done in 10 months, then it's a project that I feel good about. However, just a couple months added to the project starts to make it not make sense. So when we first looked at this project, it felt like a home run because our budget was about $40,000 less than what we're currently getting quotes for today. So you wanna make sure that you have enough padding in it to make it make sense, because this is going to take time from my schedule and moving things forward in our business, so it has to make sense. So this is a dilemma we have going on right now. I don't know, would you take this on where it's potentially gonna be a year project, there's all these variables, just to go ahead and get a downtown project under your belt? Or would you say, no thanks, I'm just gonna go to an area where I know and I'm just gonna keep renovating there because I know it. All right, so let's dig into the fun stuff. Let's talk about the numbers. So we currently have this under contract at $515,000. Our agent told us they feel confident at a $975,000 ARV on this property. And we were underwriting, we wanted to be conservative. So we said, all right, say this takes us 12 months, and we put in all of our past renovation numbers and came up with around a $205,000 budget as what we were expecting to be our absolute worst case scenario. With all of those numbers and what we believe to be very conservative on the renovation budget and also on the timeline, we came up to a $97,000 profit. Now, anytime we're being conservative, anywhere you can change that, it's upside. But right now, what we're running into is 2 contractors that we work with that tend to be a little bit higher price than everybody else, but I feel good about them handling all of the permitting process for this project. They have both come in, one at $40,000 over budget and another one at about $60,000 over budget. So right there, it makes it not make sense for our time, energy, and money. So the only thing that we can really look at is, are we being too conservative on our 12-month timeline? So we started out with a $97,000 profit we thought would be pretty conservative, but just from these renovation budgets, that would only leave us with a $57,000 profit. Now, $57,000 is a lot of money. However, when you're putting time, energy, and risk into a project, we just want to see a much bigger return. So that's part of our dilemma. Now, if we can get the timeline down, we're saving about 8 to 10 grand a month just in holding costs alone, between our rehab fees, our holding costs, and everything else. So if you look at that and we plan for 12 months, but we can really get rid of this project in 10 months, there starts adding back to our budget. So I don't know, what would you do? Would you take this on to get the experience of the project, even though us being conservative, we're still gonna get a profit, but we know that we're gonna be in it a year? Or would you just say, hold up, let's wait, let's make sure that there's much more margin in a project before jumping in, even conservatively, when it's coming to something like this with so many different variables that could come up, especially specifically because we are dealing with things completely out of our control, like a board who specifically says what we can and cannot do with the home. I don't know. Let us know. Let us know what you would do in the comments. Well, that's a wrap for today. I've got to get back to the office because we have some decisions to make about this project and we need to do it today. So I'm going to go figure that out. We will definitely put in the description of this video what we decided to do, and follow along with our journey on this project or any other one that we have going on. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming. So see you soon. Is it going to be the one? Is it not going to be the one?